Dear friend, have you ever wondered why at the same age, some people are still healthy and strong, while others are often sick and tired? Is it true that we just need to live long, or is it more important to live healthy, happy, and independent until the end of our lives? I also used to think that health is something that age automatically takes away. But the more I live and experience, the more I realize it's not like that. We can maintain and even improve our resistance regardless of whether we are 60, 70, or even older. And you know what? Strengthening resistance doesn't require anything big or complicated. It can be very simple things, from breakfast to taking a nap, or even the way we open the window to let in the morning sun. In this video, we will explore 7 simple, practical tips that can help us prevent diseases, get sick less often, and feel more relaxed every day. So, please sit down with me. We will start with the first thing, also a habit that I believe many people often take lightly, but actually has a huge impact on the immune system: sleep. I remember, when I first retired, I often woke up very early, sometimes at 4 a.m. At first, I felt fine, but then gradually, I started to feel lethargic, irritable, and especially caught a cold when the weather changed. It turns out that lack of sleep or poor sleep causes the body to produce less protective proteins called cytokines. These cytokines help us fight bacteria, viruses, and infections. As we age, our bodies are no longer as flexible as when we were young, so the lack of these substances makes us more susceptible to disease. So, one of the simple but very effective ways to increase resistance is to make sure you get enough sleep every day, about 7 to 8 hours at night. And not only enough time, sleep also needs to be deep and quiet. I have tried a few ways to improve sleep quality, and you can try to see if it is suitable for you. Turn off your phone at least 30 minutes before going to bed. Blue light from the screen can inhibit the secretion of melatonin, an important hormone that helps us enter deep sleep. Take a warm bath before going to bed. Warm water soothes the body, helps lower the internal temperature, thereby making the brain understand that it is time to rest. Use gentle essential oils such as lavender. You just need to put a few drops on a handkerchief next to the pillow, or use a diffuser. Natural scents can help relax the nerves very well. Some of my friends in Minnesota said that they also use a light gravity blanket to feel more secure and sleep easier. If you often toss and turn, try this. Now, when you have a good night's sleep, what's the next step? It's nutrition, specifically breakfast. Do you remember the old days when we used to joke with each other that, when I'm old, what I eat doesn't matter anymore? But no, the older I get, the more my body needs adequate nutrition to fight bacteria, viruses, and especially to recover from illness. I used to make the mistake of skipping breakfast because I thought I can't eat or I can eat late. But in fact, breakfast is when the body needs the most energy after a long night's rest. If you skip it, your immune system will easily weaken, your blood sugar will be unstable, and you will easily feel dizzy and tired all morning. Breakfast should be light but rich in fiber, protein, and vitamins. You can start with simple dishes such as oatmeal cooked with warm milk, add a little honey and chia seeds. A boiled egg served with whole wheat bread. A glass of almond milk or unsweetened soy milk. And don't forget fruit. A ripe banana or half an avocado is also a good choice. If you have the conditions, supplement with vitamin D. This vitamin plays an important role in boosting immunity. Many studies in the United States have shown that older people with vitamin D deficiency have a higher risk of respiratory infections than normal. In the state of California, where there is a lot of sunshine all year round, doctors often advise older people to spend at least 15 to 30 minutes a day sunbathing in the morning, best from 7 to 9 a.m. You can take a light walk while letting the sunlight touch your arms, neck, or cheeks. Don't let the harsh midday sun harm your skin. After breakfast, there is one thing I want to share next. You may be surprised, but it is a silent factor that helps strengthen resistance that we often forget: water. When I was young, I did not think that drinking water was so important. But the older I get, the more I understand, dehydration, even just a little, can significantly weaken the body. Headaches, dry mouth, fatigue, even difficulty sleeping, can all be caused by lack of water. Our body is more than 60% water. Water helps transport nutrients, remove toxins, and keep cells working effectively. When lacking water, the immune system is like a car without enough gas. It cannot operate smoothly. Some people are afraid to drink water because they are afraid of urinating a lot, but you can drink it in small sips, evenly throughout the day. Adding a few slices of lemon, a few mint leaves to a glass of water also makes drinking water more interesting. Especially in the cold season, choose warm water. It helps soothe the throat, warm the stomach, and is also easier to digest. I often make a cup of weak ginger tea in the morning. It helps keep warm and aids digestion very well. Just getting enough sleep, eating breakfast regularly, and drinking enough water every day. It sounds simple, but it is 3 solid foundations to help us improve our resistance, fight disease, and keep our mind clear. And we have some other tips, simple but powerful, that will help add natural shields to the body every day. So let's move on to the next part, where we will continue to explore. Dear friends, when we have a good night's sleep, eat breakfast regularly, and maintain the habit of drinking enough water, we have the first 3 pillars to support the immune system. But there are still many other great things that if we pay a little attention, our health will improve significantly. And among them, one thing that seems small, but has a profound impact on both physical and mental health is gentle exercise every day. I remember, after a knee injury, I was afraid to move. I was afraid that standing up and sitting down would make my joints hurt more. But then, after a few conversations with a friend in Arizona, a person who is also over 70 years old and has arthritis, I realized that it is because of lack of movement that the joints become less flexible. You see, our immune system is not just located in a certain organ, but a whole network of cells, tissues, and organs that work together in harmony. And gentle exercise is a way to help blood circulate well, from which immune cells are also transported more effectively to the places that need protection in the body. No need to run or lift heavy weights, just walk slowly around the yard, around the house, or in a nearby park. Do some light yoga moves, like shoulder stretches, twists, wrist rotations. Or even mopping the floor, watering the plants, cleaning out the closet. That counts as exercise. I usually choose early morning or cool afternoon. Walk slowly for about 20 to 30 minutes, breathing evenly as you walk, looking at the trees, feeling the wind. It feels very relaxing, as if your soul is breathing along with your body. If you are worried about falling, wear low-heeled shoes, choose flat ground, and maybe walk with a loved one, or use a walking stick. The important thing is to keep your body flexible and regular, even if it is just for a few minutes a day. And you know what's interesting? When exercising, your brain releases endorphins, a happy hormone, which helps reduce stress, improve sleep, and thereby naturally increase resistance. And when it comes to spirit, we cannot ignore another very important factor, reducing stress and maintaining a positive spirit. I remember an uncle living in New York, over 80 years old, who was always happy and loves life. I once asked, "How do you always smile like that?" He smiled gently and said, "I don't try to be optimistic. I just choose to look at things more lightly." In fact, emotions and the immune system are closely related. When we are stressed, sad, or anxious, the body secretes cortisol, a hormone that inhibits the activity of immune cells. This explains why people who often worry are more susceptible to illness. So how do you stay positive in a life full of disappointments? I don't have a set formula, but here are a few things I do every day. Write down 3 things you're grateful for, no matter how small. Like the cool weather today, a delicious lunch, or a call from your kids to check in. Limit negative news, especially before bed. Listen to soft music, or hum a favorite song. Talk to a close friend, not to solve the problem, but just to feel heard. You can try journaling, or simply sit and breathe deeply for a few minutes every morning. Inhale, exhale, repeat slowly. This calms the body and makes the heart feel lighter. A study at the University of Wisconsin showed that older people who maintain a positive, optimistic attitude have immune cells that function up to 30% better than those who are often anxious. We can't control everything that happens to us, but we can choose how we respond to it. And it's in that choice that health is nurtured little by little. Now, Here's another tip, which is also extremely important and sometimes overlooked: keeping your gut healthy. I know, the word gut doesn't sound very appealing. But you'd be surprised to know that nearly 70% of your immune system is located in your gut, home to trillions of beneficial bacteria. When your gut is healthy, good bacteria help digest food, synthesize vitamins, and especially prevent bad bacteria from entering your body. But if your gut is out of balance, for example, due to poor diet, drug abuse, or prolonged stress, your body is much more susceptible to disease. To take care of your gut, I often eat the following foods. Sugar-free yogurt contains probiotics that help balance your gut bacteria. Fibrous fruits like apples, pears, and ripe bananas. And especially steamed sweet potatoes, easy to digest and nourishes beneficial bacteria in the gut. In addition, avoid eating too much fried or spicy food, or drinking too much alcohol, because these things can easily damage the intestinal mucosa, causing bad bacteria to grow. Don't forget a simple but extremely effective thing: eat slowly and chew thoroughly. This action helps the stomach and intestines not to work too hard, and also helps the brain to recognize the feeling of fullness. Dear friends, up to now, we have together discovered 3 more indispensable factors in the journey to maintain health. Daily light exercise. Maintain a positive spirit, reduce stress, and take care of the intestines properly. These 3 things, combined with good sleep, a full breakfast, and drinking water regularly, you see, all are very simple, gentle, but are the golden key to maintaining resistance when you are old. And there is one more important thing, a tip that many people often overlook, but it is a factor that plays the role of outer protection for the immune system. So what is it? In the previous sections, we talked about getting a good night's sleep, eating a full breakfast, drinking water regularly, exercising lightly, staying positive, and taking care of the intestines. Each of these seemingly small things is a solid brick that builds a healthy immune system in old age. But there is one last tip. It sounds simple, but many people forget. That is to keep personal hygiene and a clean living environment. I know, when it comes to washing hands and cleaning the house, many people immediately think, oh my gosh, everyone knows that. But my friend, knowing is one thing, but doing it regularly and correctly is a completely different story. Have you noticed that whenever we get a cold, flu, or digestive disorder, it is very likely that our hands have just touched a public doorknob, a stair railing, or a dusty remote control? Those things, the naked eye cannot see bacteria, but they are everywhere. And at my age, my immune system is no longer as strong as when I was young. Just forgetting to wash my hands before a meal, or using a towel that has not been washed for a long time, can cause trouble for my body. Therefore, I choose to keep my house and my body clean and tidy as a thank you for my health. Every morning, I open the windows to let in fresh light and air. I wipe down doorknobs, light switches, and tabletops, places that my hands often touch. Every week, I change my towels, pillowcases, and wipe the floor with a clean towel. As for hand washing, I always remember the 20-second rule with soap, especially before eating and after using the toilet. This sounds childish, but it is actually the first line of defense for the immune system. A study from the CDC, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, shows that proper hand washing alone can reduce the risk of diarrhea by 31% and respiratory infections by 21%, especially in the elderly. In addition, you should also pay attention to changing your toothbrush every 3 months, washing your bedding regularly, and if you use assistive devices such as hearing aids or walking sticks, you should also clean them weekly. Good hygiene not only helps the body avoid bacteria, but also creates a pleasant feeling inside. A clean, airy house makes you feel better, as if cleaning the outside space is also cleaning up the gloomy things inside. And now, I want to share with you something equally important: maintaining positive social relationships, even though age may make it harder for us to go out. It may seem like it has nothing to do with the immune system, but in fact, loneliness can significantly weaken the body. I once read a study by the University of California, Los Angeles that prolonged loneliness can increase the level of stress hormones in the body, thereby inhibiting the activity of immune cells. And conversely, older people who have close friends, who talk to each other regularly, get sick less often, recover faster from surgery or flu. We don't need to have a lot of friends, just a few sincere people, enough for us to feel connected, to share. It could be the neighbor who still invites us for a cup of coffee every morning. It could be the grandchild who lives far away and still remembers to call every week. Or a group of friends of the same age in the community, often sharing daily stories through small gatherings. If traveling is inconvenient, you can use the phone, video call, or simply write a handwritten letter, still very heartwarming, right? I have a friend named Linda who lives in Oregon. This year is 82 years old. Every morning she spends 30 minutes writing handwritten letters to her grandchildren. Not to tell big stories, just to ask how school was yesterday, what delicious food today. But for her, it is a joy. And for the children, it is an emotional bond that nothing can replace. Dear friends, when we connect with others, our hearts are also energized. Every conversation is a spiritual medicine, every laugh is a natural vaccine. The presence of affection, even small, also helps the immune system become stronger, better able to fight diseases. Here are 7 important tips to help strengthen your immune system in old age. All of them are gentle, simple, but powerful. 1. Get a good night's sleep every night. 2. Eat a healthy, filling breakfast. 3. Drink enough water throughout the day. 4. Exercise lightly every day. 5. Maintain a positive spirit, reduce stress. 6. Take care of your digestive system, especially your intestines. 7. Keep clean and maintain social connections. You see, nothing is too complicated. It's all within reach, in small choices that we can start today. Old age, for me, is not the end of the journey, but the best moment to live slowly, deeply, and meaningfully. With experience, gratitude, and a little patience, you and we can absolutely live healthier, happier, and longer. And if you find today's sharing useful, please leave a comment below. Let me know which tips you are applying, or what your own way of staying healthy is. Don't forget to like the video to support us in continuing to spread positive things to the community, and subscribe to the channel if you want to receive more gentle, sincere advice like this. Thank you for accompanying us until the end of the video. I hope you are always healthy, peaceful, and living fully, no matter what age. Wishing you a happy and healthy life at any age. Goodbye and see you in the next video.